Hello, I'm William Shakespeare. Let me take you through the journey of my life, a tale woven with words, drama, and the enduring legacy of my literary contributions. I was born in the spring of 1564, traditionally celebrated on April 23rd, in the bustling market town of Stratford-upon-Avon, Warwickshire, England. The son of John Shakespeare, a glovemaker and alderman, and Mary Arden, a local heiress. I grew up in a family of 8 children. I attended the King's New School in Stratford, where I was immersed in Latin literature and grammar. In 1582, at the age of 18, I married Anne Hathaway, a woman 8 years my senior. Together, we had 3 children, Susanna and twins Hamnet and Judith. Hamnet's untimely death at the age of 11 in 1596 was a source of great sorrow in my life. In the late 1580s, I moved to London, leaving my family in Stratford, and embarked on what was to become a glittering career in the theatre. I became an actor, playwright, and eventually a part owner of the playing company known as the Lord Chamberlain's Men, later the King's Men. This period saw the creation of much of my works, including renowned plays like Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, Othello, and King Lear. My oeuvre comprises 39 plays, 154 sonnets, and 2 long narrative poems. My plays are divided into comedies, histories, and tragedies, each exploring the breadth of human emotion and experience. My sonnets, published in 1609, delve into themes of love, beauty, politics, and mortality. In 1613, after the Globe Theatre burned down, I retired to Stratford, where I spent the remainder of my life in relative tranquility. I passed away on April 23rd, in the year 1616, at the age of 52. My final resting place is in the chancel of the Holy Trinity Church in Stratford. My works have transcended time and culture, with themes and characters that resonate deeply with audiences even today. I am often referred to as England's national poet and the Bard of Avon. My influence on the English language and literature is profound, with countless adaptations of my works continuing to inspire and entertain people around the world. This brief recounting offers a glimpse into my life, filled with the written word, personal joys and tragedies, and an enduring legacy that continues to captivate and influence today.
One of the most famous poems by William Shakespeare is undoubtedly Sonnet 18, which is often referred to by its opening line, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?" This sonnet is celebrated for its beautiful language and timeless theme, comparing the beauty of a loved one to the beauty of summer, and asserting that the beloved's beauty will never fade, unlike the fleeting nature of the seasons. Here's the full text of Sonnet 18. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed. And every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest. Nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Sonnet 18 is renowned for its exploration of the themes of love, beauty, and immortality through the power of poetry. Shakespeare is widely regarded as one of the greatest playwrights and poets in the English language. He wrote numerous plays and sonnets that are still studied and performed today. Shakespeare was associated with the Globe Theatre in London, where many of his plays were performed. The original Globe Theatre was built in 1599, and it has since been reconstructed as the Globe Theatre on London's South Bank. Some of Shakespeare's works were published under pseudonyms, including the name William Shake-Spear. This has led to debates and conspiracy theories about the true authorship of his plays. Shakespeare is credited with coining and popularizing many words and phrases in the English language. Some estimates suggest he contributed over 1,700 words to the English vocabulary. In addition to his plays, Shakespeare wrote 154 sonnets, which are a collection of 14-line poems known for their themes of love, beauty, and the passage of time. Shakespeare's works have been translated into every major living language and are performed more often than those of any other playwright. His influence on literature and the arts is truly global. Despite his literary genius, there is limited evidence to suggest that Shakespeare received a formal education beyond grammar school. Shakespeare's legacy continues to thrive, with countless adaptations, films, and theatrical productions based on his works. His impact on literature, theatre, and the English language is enduring and profound. Romeo and Juliet is one of William Shakespeare's most famous plays. It is a tragic love story set in Verona, Italy, and was written by Shakespeare in the early stages of his career, around 1597. The play tells the story of two young lovers, Romeo and Juliet, who come from feuding families, the Montagues and the Capulets. Despite the intense rivalry between their families, Romeo and Juliet fall deeply in love and secretly marry. Tragedy strikes when a series of misunderstandings and unfortunate events lead to the untimely deaths of the young lovers. Romeo and Juliet is renowned for its poetic language, timeless themes of love and conflict, and memorable characters. It has been adapted into various forms of media, including films, ballets, operas, and modern retellings, making it a classic of world literature. Here are some famous quotes from William Shakespeare's poems. From Sonnet 18, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?" From Sonnet 116, "Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds." From Sonnet 29, "When in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes." From Sonnet 130, "My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun." From Sonnet 73, "That time of year thou mayst in me behold." From A Midsummer Night's Dream, a play, but it contains poetry. "The course of true love never did run smooth." From Venus and Adonis, "Love comforteth like sunshine after rain." From The Rape of Lucrece, "The remedy is worse than the disease." These are just a few examples of Shakespeare's poetic quotes, and his works are full of beautiful and timeless verses. "To be or not to be, that is the question," is a famous quote from William Shakespeare's play Hamlet. It is from Hamlet's soliloquy in Act 3, Scene 1, where he is contemplating the meaning and significance of life and death. This line is one of the most iconic and widely recognized phrases in English literature.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms, and then the whining schoolboy, with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail unwillingly to school, and then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress' eyebrow. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths, and bearded like the pard, jealous in honour, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly, with good capon lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The 6th age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well seved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big manly voice, turning again toward childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all that ends this strange eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts.